Alright, good afternoon class. So I will discuss to you our first handout. It's all about points, lines, planes, and angles. So we have here a point. So a point is a zero-dimensional mathematical object that has position only and has no length, no width, nor thickness. So if we try to illustrate a point, so kailan naman siya what is a point, right? So that is a point. A line. A line is a one-dimensional figure having no thickness and extending infinitely in both directions. So when we indicate a line, take note that it is extending infinitely. So it has arrowheads on both ends niya. So an arrowhead indicates that it is infinite. So wala siya limit. Okay, so if we try to draw lines, of course, we have this one. That is a line. We have array. Array is a straight line which is limited to one side from one side and infinite from another side. So array, as you can see, at the picas end niya, it is na siya point. So limited siya sa picas end, and the other side, it has an arrow, meaning indicating that it is infinite. So wala siya limit sa ihang picas end. Next is a segment, or the line segment is a part of a straight line which is limited from both ends. So na siya limit both ends niya. So for example, this is a line na kay line segment within this line. So line segment, say this is A and B, so line segment AB. So that is your line segment AB. Parallel lines are straight lines which lie in the same plane and do not intersect no matter how long they are extended. So, bisan asa pa na siya, taman, wala man siya na siya limit ng line, no? If they are parallel, they do not meet, no? They do not meet. They have the same, as you can see, in space, they have the same, like, angle sa ilang position, no? They lie on the same plane and do not intersect no matter how long they're extended. So as you can see, that is parallel line, or we can have this parallel line. So wherever they are in space, they do not intersect, but they have the same, or like the same angle or in position in space. We have intersecting lines are two or more different lines that meet at the same point. So I guess it's obvious. These are two intersecting lines which intersect at point V. Transversal line is a line that cuts across two or more lines. So we have line 1 and line 2. Ang transversal line, ana class, is this line 3. Ning-cut siya sa tuang lines, two lines L1 and L2. Next, we have the broken lines. So these are all broken lines. These one, these kani sila. Is a set of line segments connected end to end. So these are set of line segments. This one and this one, kani sila tanan. These are all line segments that are connected end to end. Points on the same line are said to be collinear. So the same line na kay point diha W and Z, kantahin na po kay point P. So these three, point P, point W, and point Z, these are said to be collinear. They lie on the same line of action, ang atoang points. Then the midpoint is the point exactly halfway between two endpoints of a line segment. So we have line segment BA. So we have the midpoint C. It is midway the line segment AB. Okay, so let us have now plane. A plane is a flat surface that has length and width but no thickness. So as you can see, so for example, we have this plane, So it depends. So this is an example of a plane. That one. A straight line and a plane are perpendicular if the line is perpendicular to every straight line drawn through its foot in the plane. A perpendicular to a P, a plane is often referred to as the normal to the plane. So, for example, this is a plane. If you have a perpendicular, what we say perpendicular class, unsa ganina perpendicular? I cannot draw a very straight line though. When we say perpendicular, that is 90 degrees, right? So if we have this plane, again, 90 degrees with the plane. So if this is our plane, then kay line perpendicular din ha. So, 90 degrees na siya with the plane. That is normal. When you say perpendicular, that is normal to the plane. So we have here the following theorems also. If two planes intersect, their intersection is a straight line. So as you can see in this diagram, kani siyang duha ka plane, kani may itong gimin, this one and this one. Kana siya. So pag intersect ana nila, as you can see, so makita nato ang iyang intersection is a straight line. The intersections of two parallel planes by a third plane are parallel lines. So we have parallel planes, this one and this. So naa kay another plane, third plane nga intersect sa duha. So this is our third plane. So the intersections kuno ana niya are parallel lines. So asa man ani? So kani siya class, this one and this. So we might want to draw it with this different color. Kani siya ang iyang intersection. They are parallel lines. Next, if two planes are perpendicular to the third plane, the intersection is also perpendicular to that plane. So, kani siya, as I have said, we have this one. Perpendicular na siya. Points that lie on the same plane are said to be coplanar. So, this is plane, this is our plane, and our points B, A, and C, they all line on the same plane. So, kung maingkag non-coplanar, so nana na siya diri. Nana siya sa different dimension in space or tingali in a different plane. So, kani siya, naara na sila tanan sa ani nga plane. Points A, B, and C. So, they are said to be coplanar. Next, we have the angles. An angle is a space formed by two rays called sides sharing a common endpoint called the vertex. So, kailan naman tag angle, no? So, that is an angle. This is its vertex. So, indicated by the symbol, this one. This is a symbol for angle. And three characters marking end of rays and a vertex of an angle, which is the middle character. So, if this is point A, this is B, C. So, angle A, B, C. That is the name of our angle. So, tingali po, panganlan po na nato, you indicate a very specific angle for that. Tingali you can have angle theta. Okay, angle measurements. So, usually our angles are in degrees, but we also have here other measurements for angles. We have, so a degree is defined as the unit of angle measurement wherein one complete revolution is divided into 360 parts. A radian. So we have another angle measurement. Radian is defined as the unit of angle measurement wherein one complete revolution is equal to 2 pi. So it goes down to a one complete revolution. So it all goes down to one complete revolution. So in degrees, one complete revolution is 360 degrees. Now, in radians, that is 2 pi radians. Then ingredient is defined as the unit of angle measurement wherein one complete revolution is divided into 400 parts. So that is 400 gradient. And in mils, it is used in military science, is defined as the unit of angle measurement wherein one complete revolution is divided into 6,400 parts. 6,400 mils is one complete revolution. So these values of one complete revolution are what we need in order for us to convert angle measurements from one unit to another. So these four, so degrees, radians, gradient, and mil. So you simply have to memorize this one complete revolution in different units in order for us to correctly convert angle measurements from one unit to another. So forms of angles, so tingali familiar naman siguro tadani because we have already encountered this before. Acute angle is an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees, so this is an acute angle. A right angle is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees, so as you can see, if it is perpendicular, so it has a right angle. That is exactly 90 degrees angle, perpendicular. Obtuse angle is an angle whose measurement is more than 90 degrees and less than 180. So this is an obtuse. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 but less than 180 degrees. Straight angle is an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. So this one, this is a straight line. Reflex angle is an angle whose measurement is more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So this is the reflex angle. So a reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. Circular angle is an angle that measures exactly 360 degrees. So it is a one complete revolution. We have here some terms. So it is important to know these terms also. Complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So for this example, for this illustration, we have angle A and angle B are complementary angles. The sum of the two is equal to 90 degrees. So kung unknown si B, and we have to find for A, so simply, angle A is 90 degrees minus angle B. So this is how you get. Well, supplementary angles are two angles whose sum is 180 degrees. So 180, if we have a straight line, that is 180 degrees, right? So angle, in this illustration, angle B and angle A are supplementary angles. They are supplementary angles. So how do you get, like for example, you are given angle B and you are to find angle A. So angle A, therefore, is 180 degrees minus angle B. So that is how you get angle B. Since halimbawa man ka nga angle A is a supplement of angle B. So the sum of the two is 180 degrees. Next we have interior and exterior angles are the angles formed by cutting two parallel lines with a transversal line. So asa to ang transversal line nato? So this is the parallel line nato. And the transversal line is this one. So, asa ani nga itong interior angles? So, of course, kanang naa sa sulod. So, the interior angles nato ani in this illustration is angle C, angle D, we have angle E, and angle F. So, those are our interior angles. While our exterior angles nato class are, we have angle A, angle B, angle G, and angle H. So those are our exterior angles, ABGH. Next, we have alternate interior angles. Okay, let us use the same illustration. Alternate interior angles are a pair of non-adjacent interior angles on opposite sides of the transversal. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So in this example, our alternate interior angles are angles D and E. So in our illustration, we have D and E. So kanisha sorry. Angles D and angle E and angle C and F. So katong tan-awon asa man ani alternate interior angles nato is si D og si E. So ana siya class kanini ang gani kana. So kani nga angles mao na siya atong alternate interior angles and they are congruent, meaning to say they are equal. And si C og CF pod, asa man si C og CF? Dara si C og CF. Dara si angle C and dara si angle F. So these two angles are also congruent. The alternate interior angles. Okay, next we have the corresponding angles have the same position with respect to their lines and the transversal. Corresponding angles are congruent. So kani sad si mao niya to ang corresponding angles. So corresponding angles nato, we have a pair of corresponding angles A and E. So in this diagram still, angle A and angle E. We have angles B and F. Angle C and G. And lastly, we have angle D and H. So in this figure, in this illustration, this diagram. So ang ato ang corresponding angles is kani A ug CE. This and this. We have B and F, and then C and E, and we have C and G, this is G, and D and H. So palihog lang kog tan-aw. And please take down notes. Again, corresponding angles are congruent, so meaning to say that they have the same measurement. They're equal. Next, we have the adjacent angles. Are two angles which have the same vertex and a common side between them. The sum of two adjacent angles are 180 degrees. So I guess nasabtan naman ni siya, no? Ang adjacent angles na to, class. Adjacent angles. So we have this one and this. So kani sila. If this is angle A and angle B, so they are adjacent angles. Their sum is 180 degrees. Next is the vertical angle. Are two non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting lines. Vertical angles are congruent. So in this example, ang atong vertical angles class is this. And these two are congruent. So this is angle alpha. This is also angle alpha. Also, kanisad siya. Congruent sa na siya with this. If this is beta, this is also beta. Next, we have the dihedral angle is the amount of divergence of two intersecting planes. So in this illustration, our planes are this. So this is our first plane. Then the next plane, so kani siya. Dihedral angle is the amount of divergence. So ang iyang buka class. So kani mo ni siya nga plane, no? So kani siya dinhi. Muna siya, dihedral angle. Then lastly, we have two angles having the same, okay, I have mentioned this before. Two angles having the same number of angle measurements are said to be congruent. So I've mentioned this above, no? Congruent angles. So meaning to say, the angles are equal or they have the same measurement. Okay.